I need to talk.
Please do.
We'll talk later. Good evening, Miss Howard.
I need blood.
Tell me. Do you require my...
My condition.
I'll leave you, Miss...
I'm quite busy, right?
Do you need my...
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used...
Thank you for your time.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Do you need...
I'm afraid.
Not under my watch, nurse. Take the...
Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse. I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
And I thought last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, nurse. can't believe I'm doing this.
Human! Die, vermin! We have to stop it! Get a taste of
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
What do you want? Somebody help! What do you want? Somebody help! Go on. What do you want?
Are you all right, miss? They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Shouldn't you go back?
Maybe later.
It's locked. Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder? This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. It's locked. This is despicable. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night, and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
I'm not a religious...
This is not about you forgiving yourself. This is for her. This is you telling Mary how sorry you are.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
I have this thirst for blood.
He's mine! I'll take him!
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
The power of the Lord commands you. Lisa, can't let go. Back to the shadows. I ought here to step back.
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
Fuck is fast.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
It was an accident. A terrible, terrible accident.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the
Ask your question.
What? Would you like it?
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you any news of Nurse?
It appears the dispensary is now a major source.
Goodbye, Mr.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need assistance?
Save your time.
Goodbye. Good evening, Chris.
Shane,
Do you need any...
your money is...
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crime.
I believe Clayton's courage.
Why the...
How can you speak about starving?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West.
What do you know?
2 girls I know went to the dispensary.
Goodbye.
When you will all be
Good evening.
It's fun.
Don't you...
I've been touched by God.
What do you mean when you say that...
All scientists are in touch.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Aren't...
I am. What do you mean when you...
All science.
Quite a...
But you,
Well, I suppose I can spare a few...
as a doctor, you must be aware.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself.
Really?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbered.
What is left then?
Cleanse.
Tell me, Tobias. What...
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes.
Science and progress are our only hope against the monster.
See, Doctor? Now you...
Have you recent...
If you propagate the devil's work...
I have heard...
You again?
Can I offer you?
Keep your medic...
There is a thin line between...
All right.
Have you recent news of...
I saw her wandering the...
Goodbye, Mr. Pete.
Fancy bar.
You never... Do you need help?
I only...
Do you have any...
It appears those who dare to get help...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you...
Sorry, no, sir. My father...
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm a Harry, by the way. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
So, may I ask you...
I'm not bothered. What could be...
Do you need...
Yes, I do.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young man. Medication alone won't cure...
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in the world.
Have you any recent news?
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to...
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again.
Have you tried speak?
I don't go out often, but yes. And he's scut.
But you are not responsible.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people would...
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean...
Speaking of which, what can you tell...
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Forgive my bluntness, young man.
Why should I?
This place is awful.
That's exactly what my father says.
If life here is so terrible for you...
I don't go outside.
So that's why you stay at home?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the...
Goodbye.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's locked, all right.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
I know it's hard to believe, but this district has always been wretched.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth.
You. I remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Tell me what you are.
I am the whitened bones and blackened soil. The land made blood coursing through thy veins.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
You want to restore peace?
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this. If you don't mind,
I'd be
I just recently met the...
Perhaps it was a skull.
It was a...
If you find anything more about this creature...
He was observing me with the obvious intent to do me harm. His very presence evoked a palpable sense of menace.
You need to be careful, Jonathan. You've no idea what this creature really is.
Who was that man in your office?
Geoffrey McCullum, actual leader of the Guard of Prewen. I suspect he's the man behind the rebirth of this old and dusty society.
They know I'm here now, don't they?
I understand your need for blood, and will not get in your way.
What do they hope?
Their ultimate goal is the eradication of all vampires in the country. They see you as a threat to mankind, Jonathan.
What exactly happened here while I was absent?
Hampton turned, quite violently as it happened. Lurking about, attacked Miss Jones. To say he created quite a commotion would be an understatement.
Are you sure it was Hampton?
There was blood everywhere.
How did the Guard of Prewen...
McCullum has spies everywhere. He will jump at any opportunity to disparage the Brotherhood and show his contempt.
I recently tried to enter a church. It has been a very unpleasant experience.
The Brotherhood's research on the matter of faith and
Is this proof that I'm cursed in the eyes of the divine?
The wrath of the Almighty? There's no way of knowing. It could be subconscious guilt, or irrational fear, or deep-seated beliefs.
It's hard to explain in terms of science, that's for sure.
I'm sure Lady Ashbury will have far greater insight into this matter than little old me.
Thank you. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
pain. It's here again. I wish I could be sick again.
What on earth happened here?
Disgust on every street corner.
I wonder what your last words were.
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot...
Yeah.
Jonathan!
Forgive me if I feel despondent. For there seems to be no end to this.
I'm always here for you.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful...
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with...
Now that's quite a question. I don't know...
Aren't you frightened? Is this a sign? A hand of God?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Have you embraced this woman?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not...
Is there sufficient vitality?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour.
Temptation surrounds us.
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long...
Thank you, my lady.
The beast must die! Have no fear, brothers! Roll back to the hell that spawned you! Back, demon! Back! Lord, give us strength!
It's done for him!
God walks with me. Stop the fire!
This one's mine! Die, vermin!
Back, you father.
Lively! It's...
This one's at the top. Murdering bastard! How to get rid of him? Watch it! It's a killer!
Good evening, sir. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, some fancy gentleman.
So you won't tell me?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I...
Are you...
Something like that, but the police aren't in...
So you're a cons... I saw... So,
What?
Well, yeah...
Oi!
What can you tell? Well, you're not...
Yeah, well...
More of... Do you know where I can find Sean
The sad saint. Why on earth?
He was one of my patients at the...
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton.
Goodbye. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here for...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then?
Ooh, Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes.
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a... What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude,
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
Booth.
You have... What is it?
Behind.
Romance.
What can...
I'm a businesswoman.
Gang member.
If you're...
I'm not in...
Fair.
Since my...
That's
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife, and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked deaf.
What can you tell me?
You can't trust anyone.
You sound like you're...
Take the gravediggers of Southwark.
looting corpses in a mass...
Whatever.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit...
Bastards. All of them.
I'm looking for...
The sad saint? I heard he was...
Yes, he was.
You don't say.
Can I see...
As long as you... Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
I have this thirst of blood.
Mark my words.
Good evening, sir.
What?
Don't you recognize me?
Don't take it personal.
Yes.
I'm just...
What do you...
I'm a trap.
Why...
Mate,
You sound...
that's been...
Don't you work...
I'd love...
Is there...
How dare...
inebriation?
Yes.
Take this, then.
What's it look like?
And...
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only remedy I can afford.
Surely you must have had...
Sure.
Sound...
No.
Do you really...
No.
I want to know more about you.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake.
Do you still...
No.
Do you believe in...
I do not believe in...
Is there any...
How dare you say so?
No reason at all to rejoice?
Let me tell you.
All right.
A few years ago...
What kind of...
It was...
You lost.
I've lost...
I'm...
It's okay.
Is there anything in particular that you...
How dare you say...
Why?
Sinister.
No reason at all to rejoice, then.
Let me...
Another time, perhaps. Is there any...
How d...
I'm looking for Mr. Sean
I really don't know.
Who could tell me?
About the sad saint.
Goodbye. Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any...
And what do you define as a strange event?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic how...
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to...
What can...
Did you hear...
It's...
But it's...
So... How do you...
It's simple.
Have you ever...
Of course...
Can I?
Actually, yes.
Are you on?
If you...
Have you heard of...
Of course.
Were you...
I'd...
So...
That...
I'm looking for Sean
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum.
Really?
It's nothing personal, Doctor.
I could...
All I will...
Maybe...
Tell you...
Goodbye.
Pleasure, sir. It's been a while since we've seen any new faces round here.
You again. What are you...
Goodbye. Good evening, sir.
Good.
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like...
Don't like questions. Or doctors.
What...
Is... Well...
I...
No?
What's your...
I take care of my mum. That's what I do.
You see...
I lost it.
Do you require... I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed?
What's your...
I take care of my mum.
What's your...
I take...
Any chance you can help me find Sean Hampton? Actually...
Really?
Goodbye. Hello, boy. Did I scare?
No.
Well, I won't.
My name is... What's all about?
Why do people...
They call me Rufus the Curse.
Have you ever thought about...
Where else?
What do you...
I listen to the news on the dock, sir.
What...
Things have been...
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work. What with my head and all.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton. I'm looking for him.
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here. Most prefer to avoid me.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very sick.
Thanks for the tip. You might want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The barkeep knows everyone in these parts.
Are you alone? So you have...
No.
We're all truly...
I've known worse.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess...
So long. Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed.
Why?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital. I'm
Oh, the Spanish flu. Well, that's quite liberal of you, Doctor. But this is no time to be knocking at people's doors.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella Fishburne. And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in? I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry. So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes.
Forgive my rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like...
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty.
And selfishness is there.
May I ask,
Since my...
did your... The orphan that regards you as a mother, please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
I'm trying to locate Mr.
You talking about the one everyone
The very same.
I'm sorry.
Goodbye.
Best grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days. I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry.
It's locked, all right.
Please don't stay too long, sir. I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days. I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry. Best grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts. I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days. I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry. Please don't stay too long, sir. I can't remember the last time I had a good sleep. I've been nothing but worry. Best grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
You should eat more, Jack. I can feel your bones these days. The fog's been hiding them of late. Am I really cursed? It would explain so much.